Okay, so um, let me know if you hear me better, see me better than other weeks. I got a new fancy phone, Scottish. This is the first time I'm actually using the video, I think, video setting on this phone. And hope you hear me, and we'll see how it goes. So we're in fancy Flatbush. I was at a wedding a couple days ago, and people asking me where you going to record from. It wasn't dozens, it was a couple people. It wasn't like it was a million people, but fancy Flatbush, fancy Five Towns. So, fancy Flatbush, unless someone interrupts me in the middle of this, and then we'll have to do this again somewhere else. But right now, fancy Flatbush in the basement. Okay. So, this week with mitzvah of tzedakah. L'tametz es lavcha, lo tikpot etz yadcha, me'achicha evion, nason titain. So there's a million pshatim on tzedakah. How important it is, how much you give, who to give to, priority, and you can really have shiurim, and I'm sure everyone has gone to shiurim about tzedakah, truma, whole heart, give what you can. They took all the gold, the silver, the women. There's so many things to talk about tzedakah, and which is all fantastic. But there's one interesting idea I never really thought at. Well, obviously I didn't think of because I didn't saw it the first time. That the importance of tzedakah in a different light, because tzedakah is really treated a little bit different than other mitzvos. So, Nesiv Shalom quotes the fancy Rambam, who talks about that is the most difficult mitzvah. Be very careful with tzedakah. Ein zar, mitzvahs yoter mikol mitzvahs asay. This is the most important mitzvahs asay. Most be careful with tzedakah. Okay. Also, Rambam says the kisei Yisrael miskonein v'dasa emes omedes el tzedakah. The kisei Yisrael, the chair of Yisrael, the throne of Yisrael, the glory of Yisrael, however you want to translate that, stands with tzedakah. That's the true mark. Also, it's shekula keneg kol mitzvos. Is equal to all mitzvos. Gemara Baba Basra talks about it's how great tzedakah is. Baba Basra, Dav Tes talks about tzedakah, one of the most famous, at least for me it is, most famous Gemaras in the whole Shas, talks about tzedakah, and Mumaz HaMelech, we talked about that a million times. Also, it brings the Geula. It's Golan El Tzedakah. The Geula comes tzedakah. All those people think, oh no, we're really in trouble because no one's keeping Shabbos twice, no Mashiach. Well, not necessarily, because the Rambam also says that we're Geula with tzedakah, charity. We can have the Geula with tzedakah. Boom. And there's a mitzvah. Mitzvah Chinuch says you have to do it b'simcha, b'tuv, happiness, goodness of heart. So why is this? The Rambam said, "Sefer Panim Yapos." You give it with a whole heart, good face. So why is it so important? Why is it so important? Akadei kach, the Morva Shemesh, Clemens Common, Epstein Halevi says there's no bracha on tzedakah because people don't give it b'simcha, so there's no mitzvah on it, and which begs the question. Okay, so therefore the whole mitzvah is just destroyed because of that. If you don't want to really eat matzah and you don't feel well, you got to make a bracha on the matzah, Seder night. You're in the sukkah, may not be in the best mood, because all your relatives are there, but you make a bracha on the sukkah, lulav, no bracha but tzedakah, because you're not in a good mood sometimes. Why is that such a big deal? Why is being in a mood so important with tzedakah? Big deal. Guy comes to you in shul or at a wedding, you're trying to escape the noise, and you're trying to go into the lobby, and you're getting swarmed. Oh, if you're not in a good mood, it doesn't count. The credit card machine doesn't work. The guy who's collecting would rather you give $100 and give it in a bad mood than $10 with a huge smile. So how is that important? Tzedakah is tzedakah. You give, you don't give. You want to be nice to the guy. You want to smile at this guy more, make him feel good. You want to tell him hatzlacha. You want to give him an apple at the door, or some water. Why is simcha so inherent in tzedakah? And why is tzedakah so important? Other mitzvahs are as important, tefillin. So what's this whole situation? So Rav Shemesh has a really beautiful idea, which I thought is not such a crazy big chiddush, but it's very very obvious maybe, is that tzedakah is Yisod of Emunah. that everything you have is for Hashem. You give of everything you have is for Hashem. We say that tefillin, you put tefillin on, machshava is, I'm using my arm for Hashem. I'm using my head for Hashem. Everything around you, everything of a mitzvah, everything is dedicated for Hashem. That's really the importance of mitzvahs. It's important of your body. Everything you're supposed to think of. Everything's a chesed of Hashem. I'm in a good mood today. I'm going to learn better. I have money. It's for doing good purposes for it. I have a car. I'm doing good things with it. That's the point of this. And the point is, when someone gives tzedakah in a good mood, you're saying that I believe this is Hashem's stuff. I am fulfilling what Hashem wants, and I am confident, Shorosh Emunah, Behira, clear, that this is really, I have what I have, and this what the Navi, the Ani wants, is extra, and it's really going to him. I'm just the messenger, I'm the gizbar, I'm the administrator of these funds, I'm the trustee, whatever. And that's the shorish of tzedakah. And that's kind of the point. And he quotes many times. There's a pasuk in Mishlei, Imitain ishus kolhon beso babaso baba boz yovozu lo. A person gives all the money of his house, it's an embarrassment to him. The question is, how is that bad? Giving all your money, that's a good thing. So the Siv Shalom picks up on this and says, well, the word beso. If a person says, I'm giving my stuff to the ani, that's an embarrassment. Why? Because it's not your stuff. It's not your stuff. It's all from Hashem. And a person has to really take this into heart. Sometimes you see these guys come in the shul in the morning, bad mood. The guy came last week. Should I give him less? He was here a month ago. He was here 2 weeks ago. You know what? Trying to adopt, whatever it is. Say Panyafas. Give, you don't give. That's one situation. But when you do give, when it's $1, $2, $5, $10, $100, $1,000, whatever it is, you have to really take this into heart. That's really from Hashem. And you have to believe that's the shorish of Emunah is tzedakah. And hopefully we take this to heart. Sometimes it's very difficult. I give tzedakah every day. And sometimes you see the same faces and you're trying to daven or learn. And, it's difficult sometimes. And as best you can is to try to, first of all, I try to remember that they aren't doing this because they want to do this. Sometimes people do this. They're collecting. They have to do it. We had a guy in shul this week who looked very embarrassed. He was collecting for his father. His father was embarrassed to collect, and he's doing it for his father. And I gave him some money, and I said, you know what, you're doing a great thing. You're helping your father out, and I know people don't want to do this. It's embarrassing to do this. So it's difficult sometimes to remember that. So the point is to give in a good face, in a good way, but also internally. It's always, you have to kind of remember this sometimes. The guy is helping you, staying out of Gehenna, as Gemara in Baba Basra says. Hashem's trying to help. He's doing us a favor by sending us an ani, because sometimes we don't have this lesson. Sometimes we think it's our money, and we need the ani sometimes to clarify this idea. That's all from Hashem, and everything we have is from Hashem. And if I give 1,000, or if I give 1,000 or more, I have what I have, and that's my Shorosh Emunah. That's how we lead ourselves into Rosh Hashanah. Hopefully, we go into El with this thought to have a clarity of Emunah in what we have, in our Shidduchim, what we have, what we don't have. We have what we need. Hashem gave us exactly what we need. All the Nisyonos, we have exactly what Hashem is meant for us to have. All the trials, tribulations, we have exactly what Hashem wanted us to have. And with that, Shabbat Shalom.